Cities around the world are becoming increasingly intelligent. Streetlights respond to movement and traffic density. Transportation systems adjust routes automatically. Public spaces adapt quietly to patterns of human presence. At first, this transformation feels natural and even desirable. Urban life has always depended on coordination, structure, and prediction. As populations increase and infrastructure becomes strained, efficiency turns from convenience into necessity. Smart cities emerge from this pressure. They promise smoother mobility, reduced congestion, optimized energy use, and faster emergency response. Behind each promise exists a technical requirement that is rarely discussed openly: persistent observation. Sensors embedded in asphalt measure traffic flow continuously. Cameras monitor intersections, transit hubs, and shared spaces. Environmental systems record air quality, sound levels, and temperature shifts. Connected devices register movement, duration, and frequency of presence. Individually, each system solves a narrow operational problem. Together, they form a comprehensive and evolving behavioral map of the city. This map is not passive. It updates, correlates, and refines itself constantly. Experts explain that for a city to function intelligently, it must first become observant. Observation enables comparison. Comparison enables prediction. Prediction enables automated response. Over time, these systems identify recurring patterns, where crowds naturally gather, which routes are favored or avoided, how long individuals remain in specific locations, at what times behavior shifts. This information supports planning and public service optimization. It also creates population-scale behavioral profiles. Individuals dissolve into data points. Context is replaced by statistical relevance. Smart access cards link identity to movement across systems. Digital identification simplifies interaction with services and infrastructure. Public networks register presence without requiring conscious participation. Most of these processes remain unnoticed in daily life. Researchers emphasize that scale transforms meaning. When observation becomes constant, neutrality fades. The city no longer reacts only to events. It anticipates behavior before it occurs. Urban space gradually transforms from a passive environment into an active system that watches, learns, and adapts continuously. At this point, the question changes, not whether cities are becoming smarter, but what kind of intelligence is being embedded into everyday life. As smart systems become more interconnected, their influence expands silently. Observation no longer exists only to understand the city. It begins to organize it, and eventually to shape it. When data streams merge, isolated measurements gain new meaning. Movement connects to identity. Location connects to probability. Behavior connects to prediction. Experts explain that this is where smart infrastructure crosses a threshold. The system no longer reacts only to events. It evaluates likelihood, and likelihood begins guiding decisions. Studies indicate that predictive systems increasingly influence how resources are distributed. Which neighborhoods receive additional monitoring? Which areas trigger preventive action? Which zones are labeled as high risk or low priority? These classifications are not personal. They are mathematical. They emerge from correlations rather than intent, yet their consequences affect real lives. When systems operate at scale, individual context fades. Outliers become noise. Exceptions become inefficiencies. The goal shifts towards stability and predictability. Over time, this logic reshapes public space. Areas designed for flow discourage lingering. Spaces optimized for safety discourage ambiguity. Behavior that cannot be categorized becomes undesirable. Researchers describe this effect as environmental conditioning, not imposed through commands, but embedded in infrastructure responses. The city rewards compliance with smooth access. When behavior aligns with expected patterns, friction disappears. When it deviates, resistance subtly increases. Delays, alerts, additional verification. Over time, adaptation becomes automatic. Movement grows more cautious. Decisions become conservative. Spontaneity quietly fades from shared spaces. Experts refer to this as behavioral compression, a narrowing of acceptable actions, not enforced by laws, but by system feedback. In such environments, freedom remains formally intact. No barriers are visible. No permissions are explicitly denied. Yet options are increasingly guided. Employment pathways may begin reflecting these profiles. Hiring systems prioritize stability signals. Insurance platforms calculate behavioral risk. Housing access incorporates predictive scoring. Each system operates independently, but together they form a continuous evaluation environment. Life unfolds inside measurable thresholds. Outside them, friction increases. This is why experts caution against simplistic interpretations of surveillance. Surveillance prisons are rarely physical. They are procedural. They emerge through access logic. Movement is guided rather than blocked. Behavior is nudged rather than punished. Compliance feels voluntary because resistance becomes inefficient. Technology itself does not demand control. It executes objectives defined by policy and design. Smart cities can improve safety, sustainability, and coordination. They can also normalize permanent observation. The distinction lies in governance, transparency, oversight, and the right to remain partially unmeasured. The future of urban life will not be decided by machines alone. It will be shaped by the limits societies choose to enforce. Efficiency and autonomy often exist in tension. Smart cities may represent humanity's most advanced coordination systems, or they may reveal how easily comfort replaces freedom. The difference lies not in technology, but in restraint. If this content resonated with you, consider subscribing. Here on Shadow Tech Chronicles, each video offers a new way to understand how technology shapes our future and affects our lives. Subscribe to stay updated with upcoming content.